Alright, last question is, where can I put myself on the screen to not cover anything? We'll figure it out. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we'll get a good feel for it. Bum bum bum. Let's do Bad End Theater. It's only 2 hours? Maybe we'll get it done. Maybe it's like more hours if you're like a completionist and you want to see more endings though. Here I go. Hey, Project I. I can't make Bad End Theater full screen for some reason. It will be fine, probably. Maybe. 1 second. Probably just missing a setting for now. Oh, content warning for blood, gore, violence, and strong language. So please be careful if you don't like any of those things. What I think I'm seeing here is I can put myself here. And you know what? I'll put away my sleeves so I don't cover as much. Boom! And I'll put you guys over here. Last thing is I'll turn the volume of the game down a little bit, and we should be good to go and vibe for tonight. Oh, the game's made in Rempi. I'm honestly impressed by some of the games that can be made in Rempi. Rempi is a Python-based visual novel system. A lot of the visual novels you play, including Doki Doki Literature Club, is made in it. Because it's Python-based, you can do some pretty crazy programming stuff. Settings. Is it Z? Like a Game Boy? How do I select? Spacebar? I'll just click, I guess. Full screen, yeah. Definitely Rempi. Let's the text speed is higher. Skip. Alright. Looks like we're good to go then. Welcome to Bad End Theater. On this stage, we shall be toying with fate. You will make many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin the tutorial, select whichever doll you like. Alright, I'm gonna go with the devil ears. The human doll, the demon doll. I'm gonna go with the demon doll. You control the demon doll. You're a fierce-looking guy just minding your own business. How will you interact with the human doll? Attack it. Play nice. Wicked! I feel like I have to attack it. It's the wicked option here, which means it's a cool choice. Wicked cool! You killed a human doll in cold blood. How ruthless. You found your very first bad ending, but don't worry, the story need not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. Damn, that was sick as fuck, right? This time, try controlling the other doll. You are the human doll. You control the human doll. You're a friendly little guy just minding your own business. Is it gonna be like my decision as this guy to kill me? It's gonna carry through? How will you interact with a demon doll? Attack it, hostile, play nice. I'ma see what happens if we play nice this time. You know, there's no wicked option here. Hey, JSY. You try to be friends this time, but the demon attacks and kills you. And it's like a prisoner's dilemma. This is all because you chose to attack in a first round. Are the mechanics becoming clear? Now that you know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behavior in advance. As you just saw, these behaviors will automatically be set to whatever you chose during your last playthrough. Oh, that's so cool! So your choices in a different playthrough matters. It's like 428 Shibuya Scramble. But now, you can turn each one on or off without having to replay from that doll's perspective. Yes, my theater actually doubles as a puzzle game. Now, try turning the doll's behavior on and off to see the different outcomes. Alright, let's both be hostile and wicked and see what happens. You control a human doll. You both attack each other at once and die together. End tutorial. Reset the stage, but this time we'll just be kind to each other. Play nice. You and the human dolls are able to set aside your differences and become friends. How wholesome. This is cute. One last thing. Let's see what happens if the human doll is hostile, but the demon doll isn't. You try to make friends with the human doll, but it kills you. End tutorial. Alright, cool. Do you understand how to play? Yeah, I get it. The game saves your progress automatically, so just relax and collect all the bad endings at your own pace. Now, without further ado, let's start the show. Let's get all of the bad endings. Hero, Maiden, Underling, and Overlord. Oh my god, you guys, look at the Underling. What a cute little gremlin. I love them so much. I wanna, let's see what the Underling does first. You are a demon underling in service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing in one place, staring into nothing. You feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. She gives you an earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about the Overlord to your friends. They agree that she is kind of a snob and totally deserves to be kicked off her throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. You should probably steer this in a responsible direction. How did it turn into an assassination plot? Let's overthrow her. Let's not. Let's overthrow her. Let's overthrow her. Chaos! No! You're sick of this Overlord holding you and your friends back. You agree that it's time for a change of management. Your friend suggests maybe you should be the new Overlord. This gremlin? Are we looking at the same gremlin? You like the sound of that. You announce your first act of rebellion is to take that day off like you wanted. Your friends aren't very impressed. You assure them you'll talk more about the assassination thing when you get back, which satisfies them. You sneak out of the castle to have some fun. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. Okay, they're so cute. First thing they fucking do on their day off is just to go spin. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She seems very frightened and screams for a hero to come save her. You consider your options. Gobble her up. Tell her to quit yelling. Okay. She's a playable character, so clearly this is the wrong choice here, so let's do it. Nom. Maidens aren't the best meal, but you figure you should live up to your demon name and strike back against the humans. You start devouring the maiden without so much as a second thought, and feel quite proud of that. Oh. Other humans would surely praise you with curses if they were around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching. Time to find an audience for your evil deeds. You wander into the nearby village. Oh god. The people are screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think that's pretty rude of them. You haven't even done anything yet. You ate a whole person. Put on a show, change your mind and leave. What's a skull icon? Oh, you attack the nearest human. He is old and weak and his bones crunch delightfully. Your audience's screams grow louder. Applause. You think, hey, this is actually pretty fun. I should have taken revenge like this a lot sooner. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the villagers down, you fail to notice a sword-wielding hero running towards you. He takes you out in one swift blow. You're just a demon underling after all. Oh shit, beheaded. As you die, you think, that was totally worth it. Wicked! The curtain closes. Performer underling end. That was worth it. Hungry, disloyal. Alright. This time, since the maiden is linked with the underling, let's see what the getting eaten ending is here. There's 41 endings. Oh my god, you guys, I actually love hunting down bad endings. It's so fun. So let's go ahead and get the maiden ending, where presumably we just get eaten by the underling. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You are told that you are fated to be captured by the overlord one day because you are a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. Can we NTR the human? TNT, damn, what's with your motivation here to go directly to NTR? We haven't even done anything yet. Jesus, TNT, what does this say about you, man? Bro, we're like 1 out of 41 endings in, and you're like, is there an NTR ending? I am very invested in this. Your mask is to be great for you. Yeah, David, let's go! Bad endings galore! You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity? Who knows? You are in church. You pray to your god, asking why you've been born into this role of maiden. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impatient. Meeting a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you would understand your role better if you were to just hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon, just to, you know, see what happens. So she's a doomer. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary. If I do this, that's different than what happened earlier. I'll say, introduce yourself. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. The demon suddenly jumps you and starts biting. A lot. How painful. The plan of yours was completely stupid, you think. Why couldn't you have been more patient? Why did you go looking for trouble? You aren't angry or anything, of course. This is all your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit, you are swallowed by the demon until you are no more. Consumed maiden ending. How tragic. Alright. The last person we saw was Hero, so let's get the hero kills underling ending, I guess? That's like everything so far, right? You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You are told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby demon overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. It really do be like that. You're happy to protect the townspeople though. You were born to play this role. You head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden. How cute. But demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain experience. Bravely slaughter the evil creatures. Flee like a coward. Kill him. Murder him. You make quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. You feel much stronger now. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You're faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. I love the art. The pixel artwork is so nice. To be honest though, a little bit, it reminds me of Homestuck. I'm being fucking sent back in time, homies. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Cut through the demon army, ask if they'll let you in. We're gonna go double down on dutiful. You gather your courage. This is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. These are all evil demons anyway. The world is much safer with them gone. That's what you tell yourself while you kill one after another on your way to the Overlord's chambers. The Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing murdering all her soldiers. You get straight to the point and ask her where the maiden is. She feigns ignorance, a convincing act, but you won't be fooled. If the maiden isn't here, then what happened to her? You can only see one answer. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. Thinking about that poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. You've become strong from the hordes of demons you took down before the final battle. The Overlord is almost no match for you. You cut her to pieces. The Overlord has fallen. Damn, this guy's just brutal, huh? You breathe a sigh of relief, but your job is not yet finished. You search the castle. Unfortunately, you find no sign of the maiden within its walls. It's just as you suspected. She must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. A great evil has been banished from this world, but what does that matter if you were too weak to save someone? You stand alone amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. Oh no. You return to the Overlord's remains and wrap her head in your cape to bring back to the village. Surely, your great victory will be celebrated. Filled hero end. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, because the maiden died at the start. Alright. Lastly, we have the Overlord, so it looks like everything is lined up for her to fucking die. You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think? Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called Hero whose whole purpose in life is just to dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes that they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole Overlord thing if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil Overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to the high standard like that. Alright. Suck your own dick harder, homie. One of your underlings walk into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding a castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see the point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What to do with this underling? Tell him to get back to work. Grant him the day off. Alright, we should do this, because that's what we did in the other timelines. You give them a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you for this later. Venturing too far from the castle tends to spell death. Well, she was right. You dismiss the underling and lie down in your nice and comfy Overlord bed. All that lecturing made you want to take a nap. You fall asleep pretty quick. Just another one of your amazing talents as the Overlord. I'm fucking jealous. I'm so jealous of people who can fall asleep quickly. You know, like, what do you mean you don't have to browse Reddit for 3 hours in order to get even a little bit tired? You awake to a huge commotion outside. A hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You rush out into the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him, very rudely inquire his reasons for doing all this. The hero yells at you, demanding you to return the maiden you're holding captive. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. I like how, I think her expression here is different than the hero's route. Browsing Reddit is what's keeping you awake? No, I would be awake anyway, so I might as well browse Reddit. You do battle with the hero, but he has grown strong from cutting down your army. You are unable to defeat him. With decisive swings, he stabs and cuts you to pieces. You fall. You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You wish you'd been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be the Overlord in the first place. The truth was, you were never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. Oh shit, this is getting real, huh? These are your thoughts as you are swallowed by darkness. Conquered Overlord end. Alright, let's reset the stage. So, I think a different end we can get is that if the hero isn't dutiful and kills everything along the way, then the Overlord will probably kill him in her ending. So let's check that out. Let's skip all the things we've seen. And let's go ahead and grant them the day off here as well. You tell them to go take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be fine every once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to do who knows what. You have nothing better to do today. Okay, so you decide to nap for a little while. Being the overlord sure is great. You are awakened by one of your underlings. A hero wishes to speak with you. He inquires about a maiden who was rumored to be here, but you've never seen her. Humans don't visit often, or ever, really. As the hero takes his leave, you wonder why he totally trusted you there. Oh, I see. So in his like really pacified mode, he's like, oh, do you happen to have a maiden here? Oh no, I'm sorry, let me leave. Alright, dude. Heroes traditionally kill demons. This guy seemed like he was bad at his job, in your opinion. Whatever. You're still feeling sleepy, so you go right back to your nap. Oh, I love her. I sleep. What the fuck happened? What? I let you go free and you decide to tear out my throat? One of your underlings is tearing your throat out. You tried to struggle, but you can tell you're already mortally wounded. What have you done to deserve this kind of ending? You remember now. You gave this one a day off, and this is how it repays you? You die wondering if you could have done anything to prevent this. Assassinated Overlord ending. What the hell happened here? Alright, this time as the Overlord, let's do the Tyrant and see what happens. So we're gonna get him to go back to work. The hero comes, he's super pacified. You are awakened by one of your underlings. They brought you a hero who inquires about a missing maiden. Humans never visit this place. He believes you, he leaves. You're glad to get back to your nap instead, until you wake up to something completely unexpected. One of your underlings is tearing your throat out. You curse at them, choking on your blood. You die wondering if you could have done anything to prevent this. Okay, I see. So the disloyalty is what caused this. Hey, Quads. I just thought that they wouldn't be disloyal if you, if you weren't a tyrant. Alright. This game is bad end theater, Guilty Wolf. We're hunting down every bad end. Alright, I don't want to go too far back and undo the maiden yet. But let's turn off disloyal and see what happens to the Overlord's ending. Let's grant them the day off, why not? You hear voices in the hall. You aren't sure how long you slept. The sound of a shutting door forces you awake. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed by flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is it? Someone didn't want you getting out. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule from if this one burns? You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you, but this is no accident. Those ungrateful bastards. You choke on the thick black smoke from the fire. You can't believe you're being done in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them in hell. Burn Overlord ending. Sheesh. Alright, so this time the hero is not dutiful, so he did not kill every demon along the way, which means our underling will also probably stay alive. So let's see what happens to the underlings ending here. We're gonna still be hungry and consume her. Oh, this time we get the thumbs up for a day off to roll around. Hey Pax, speak not of it. Is she surprisingly cool with it? Nice! You set off on your adventure outside the castle. Free? She greets you and says she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. Let's eat her. Put on a show. I guess the show ending would be the same. Let's see. Yeah, the show ending is the exact same. It does have the skull icon. Change your mind and leave. This time we're not gonna attack the village. You figure if people are this upset at just the sight of you, they won't fully appreciate any terrible acts you commit. Also, they might fight back. That probably wouldn't end well. You're just one little underling after all. This little day out has been adequately refreshing. You return to the castle thinking you'll have a nap. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what their deal is. They say they're planning a whole revolution. They're gonna get rid of the current overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you're in or out, and being a pretty lazy underling, you of course reply with, "That sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead?" Your friends question your loyalty to their cause. Yeah, let's just save here. Okay, let's kill the overlord. She's actually not so bad, you guys. Let's see how we get our shit ate here. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask what they're sorry about, one of them suddenly seizes you. Someone who's still loyal to the overlord really has no place in our castle. You understand, right? Their claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this will end. "This is a pretty messed up thing to do to a friend," you tell them. They slit your throat in response. Holy shit! Damn! Wow, no regret, just went straight for it. Code! These are not real homies. Alright, change your mind and leave. And this time we'll be disloyal. You tell them you were just joking, and clarify that you're totally in it to win it. They say you were always terrible with jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the overlord, you know how bad it'd be to end up on the wrong side of things. And if this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. But beneath your shield of full confidence, you worry about what you're getting yourself dragged into. You follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plan. Look how small they are. You're curious if they have any idea how they want to go about this. They figure they just lock her in a room and set it on fire. What a stupid plan. That could go wrong in so many ways. You realize your friends are just a bunch of directionless thugs, useless without someone's guidance. Your guidance! There'd probably be casualties if you fought her head on, and while showy deaths makes a revolution a heck of a lot more fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Jiro, look at your underlings, take better care of them. Your friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. You really didn't want it to come down to this. But you can't back down now. You'll have to be the one to assassinate the overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. You sneak into the overlord's room. She's taking a nap, like usual. This is almost too easy. You silently approach your master. She looks so peaceful. Chicken out? Time to die? Oh. Let's go ahead and kill her and see. You figured the cleanest way to do this would be to dig your claws into her throat, so you do just that. She wakes, but not in time to stop you. You watch as she chokes on her blood, cursing you before finally expiring. That felt terrible. TC says, "God, I hate when my friends peer pressure me into assassinating the overlord." Yeah. Happens all the time. You remind yourself it was either her or you, and you weren't about to let yourself get killed by anyone. You leave the room to find your friends waiting just outside. They look pleased. Only now do you realize they must have planned to use you like this from the beginning. You are the new ruler of the castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you, as you have betrayed your overlord. Aww, you will always have to live in that fear, man. Alright, another bad ending this way, but this time we'll be a coward. What? Oh, I thought I couldn't skip this for a second. Gobble her up. Skip this. We're gonna kill the overlord, but this time we're gonna chicken out and see what happens. You don't want to kill her. You can't go through with this. You turn to leave the room, but you find your friends blocking the exit. In a panicked whisper, you ask them to let you out. This seems to have been their way of testing your loyalty. You tell them this is pretty fucked up and ask again to be let out. The overlord stirs in her bed while your head is turned. The demons shut the door. You scramble into the overlord's closet to hide before she wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you could possibly say to explain this and survive. You're trembling. You can't believe those assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying. Light flickers at your feet. It doesn't take you long to realize they've set the room on fire. You hear the overlord trying to get the door open to no avail. You're both trapped. Too afraid to move, you resign yourself to your fate. You and the Overlord burn together. Oh, that's so sad. They were in a closet the whole time. Oh. Alright. Cowardly underling ending. How sad. Don't worry, brother. We'll hunt down the right ending somehow. Let's see. So this time the hero chickened out of everything. So let's see how that goes in his path. We're gonna skip everything. This time we'll flee like a coward. Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden all on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You'll take your chances at a castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. After a long trek, this time we'll ask to be let in. Oh, that's so cute. He's like, what you need, little homie, little man? You go up to the nearest demon and explain why you've come here. They stare you down and feel very uncomfortable, and you feel very uncomfortable. But they seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord's chambers. That was easy. The Overlord is alone. You ask about the maiden, but the Overlord doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. Was she really never here? You wonder what could have happened to her. The Overlord says that she wishes she could help you, but you're the first human that's come here in forever, at least that she knows of. You think of how you probably shouldn't trust her, seeing as she's a demon and all, but you can't really prove she's lying either. You apologize for the intrusion and return home to your village. The maiden was never found. Useless hero end. Alright, let me think if there's any other ending we can get. Nope. Okay, so I think that's everything along this path here where the maiden gets eaten. If we stop the maiden from being eaten, we're probably gonna go along an entire different route. So this time, let's save the maiden. Underling will not be hungry, and he will not be disloyal, just a coward. And the Overlord will not be a tyrant. Hero will be diplomatic. And we'll go with the maiden this time and see how far we can go. Everything's gonna be the same up until she goes up to this little homie. And then we're gonna introduce ourselves. You tell them that you were thinking maybe you could understand your role as the maiden better if you were to hurry up and get taken away by a demon already. The demon doesn't seem to really be listening to you, which is a little irritating. What the fuck? So cute! So cute! Oh, this is so adorable! Oh, this is so cute! I would die for them! They agree to take you to their master nonetheless. After a long walk to the castle, you're introduced to the Overlord. You explain why you've come, and she squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens or to do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out, and something awful would happen. Then a hero would come to your rescue. You don't want to believe you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You ask the Overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand. I hope they're girlfriends. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound so simple. This Overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her some more. Are they in love? Are they in love and they're gonna kiss on the lips? Oh my god. Okay. The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little, you realize they might not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero out after them. You realize it must be why you've never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. She says you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You've always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the Overlord could say the same of humans. You may be different, but really they're just trying to live their lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. But maybe everything I've said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along? Even if she were to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. You kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all this time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with this Overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. Uh-oh. As you think that, a hero enters the room. You're surprised to see him at first, until you realize he must have been sent to retrieve you. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The hero expresses his relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. You apologize for causing trouble, but really, didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez. The hero asks if you'll return to the village with him to give everyone the news of your safety. The Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you give her a little wave as you exit the room. You'll be back soon. You're about halfway back to the village when you feel something is off. Unable to shake your concern, you look back over your shoulder. Oh, the place is gonna be on fire. You stop in your tracks. The castle is engulfed in flames. Is the Overlord alright? You can't return to the village like this. You have to know. You have to be sure everyone is safe. You've already taken off before the hero can even think of stopping you. You scan the fleeing demons, but the Overlord isn't among them. Against your better judgment, you rush into the burning castle to find her. You quickly reach the Overlord's room, but the door is shut tight. The handle's too hot to touch. You're too weak to force it open. You pound your fists against the door helplessly. What were you thinking? This is all because you'd forgotten your role. Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. You start to cough. The smoke is too thick, you can hardly breathe. You realize you haven't got much time left now. You desperately head toward the stairs to save yourself, but the fire spread faster than you expected. You won't make it outside. You can't help but laugh. What a joke. A maiden saving the Overlord? If you just stayed true to your role, things wouldn't have ended like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve. You let the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul. Oh, R.I.P. All of them die in a fire. The hero doesn't, because the hero didn't do shit. Alright. Let's get the bad ends first. So instead of the hero being dutiful and diplomatic, let's have him fight his way to the maiden. In which case, I think he's gonna execute the Overlord right in front of you. Shout for a hero to come save you. Let's see that one. You yell, but a hero does not come. The demon is put off by your sudden shouting and asks you to keep it down. You apologize. They're like, shut up! They seem more confused and hostile, which totally catches you off guard. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. Alright, things are the same, but this time the hero is fucking unhinged! But then, a hero barges into the room. His clothes are stained by a dark liquid. It's dripping from his weapon too. You realize it must be demon blood. Something horrible has happened. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The Overlord has walked past the hero and out into the hall. She's wailing. You can only guess what kind of horrible scene he's left for her. The Overlord tears the hero apart in retaliation. You watch silently, unable to scream. The Overlord, who you had just been getting along with so well, has killed another human right in front of you. It's clear now that you have been deceived by the sweet words. Demons are ruthless monsters after all. You somehow manage to slip past the Overlord and make it out of a blood-soaked castle. You never look back. Escape maiden. Unfortunate. Alright, this time we'll see it from the Overlord's ending. You awake to a knock on your door. The underling from earlier brought back some company. It's a maiden from the nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden then goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient thinking about her impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her that you never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough? How can I become more maiden-like? You don't really understand the question. You think this road puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stay and talk to you more. You feel warm inside. She looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. You wonder what to say. Tell her she better go home. Let her stay for a while. I didn't know that was a thing you could do to her. Yeah, go home. Fuck off. You'd love to have all the conversations in the world with your new friend, but having a human girl here will definitely cause trouble. You put on your mean face and tell her to get lost. But the maiden turns out to be very stubborn. You don't want to hurt her, but you also really want her to leave in case something bad happens. This whole situation is just asking for trouble, you think. Against your better judgment, you let her hang out for a little while longer. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not all that she expected them to be. You are glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kind of things. You also bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans, as not to agitate them and get heroes sent out after you. That explains why the people of my village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful. You're surprised to hear her say thank you. You've always thought of humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time, and that you were actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that, saying she wouldn't mind being held captive here. The people in her village are a little exhausting at times, she says. You can't tell if she's into you or not. Directly, huh? You notice the sound of battle have started ringing through your castle halls. The maiden's getting nervous, but you reassure her it's only your underlings roughhousing. No big deal. You know it's probably a hero, but you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that. Your army will take care of it. It isn't long before the hero bursts into your room. But he shouldn't have made it here. Why didn't they stop him? The hero just stands there, unsure of himself. He is covered in demon blood. As the maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation, you move past the hero and out the door. You're not thinking clearly. Seeing your servants' bodies in pieces all strewn about your castle has really taken it out of you. The hero did this? There's so much blood. Why? Did he come for the maiden? Did he think she needed rescuing? There was no one for this hero to save here. There was never any harm meant to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why has it turned out like this? The hero starts babbling insincere apologies and excuses, realizing his wrongdoing, but you are far beyond hearing that kind of bullshit. You have had it with these humans always murdering your servants for no reason. You can no longer hold yourself back and lash out at the hero. Rip and tear. When you regain control, there is nothing left of the hero. The maiden has fled in terror. You are alone. Oh, wrathful overlord ending. Alright, this time let's get torn apart as the hero. So you gotta bravely slaughter everyone up there, right? Yeah. You find the maiden being held captive by the overlord just as you suspected. But for some reason, you can't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate. Ask the maiden what's going on. Destroy the overlord. This also kills you. Let's ask the maiden what's going on, because that's what happens at our end. She explains that she came here on her own and was never in any danger. She hesitatingly asks why you're covered in blood. You don't know how to respond.
Fulgor, welcome home, my Ghostlings. Been with you for 3 months. Welcome back. Hope you've been doing well.
The Overlord moves past you and out of the door to see her army in lifeless, bloody piles. She's wailing. It's horrible. This is your chance, hero. Stab the Overlord while you can. Let's go with it. This is all just a big misunderstanding. You hope she'll let this whole thing slide if you could just explain yourself. You really try. But the Overlord is inconsolable.
Reiyu, maker.
She tears you apart and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can't help but think you probably deserve this. Tragic hero ending. Alright, let's see all of these different endings on a hero's end.
Actually, can we go back? Nah. We'll save this. We'll cut through the demon army.
This time, let's go for the cowardly thing and stab the Overlord while we can. You lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil Overlord. She screams, then falls silent. The Overlord has been slain. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. She takes it. After slight hesitation, she must be surprised at how strong you are. Okay. Yeah, believe whatever you want, hero guy. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. Oh, she's gonna kill you. She is going to stab you with something. The villagers are very pleased with what a good job you've done, slaying the Overlord and saving a hostage. They throw a huge celebration in your name. You are remembered for generations as the greatest hero the village has ever seen. Oh, triumphant hero end. Oh, that's his happy ending, huh? Okay, this time let's see what happens to the underling in this ending, since they seem to just fuck off and disappear.
Quit yelling. When a maiden realizes you're not gonna hurt her, she regains her composure. Now she started talking to you like you're friends or something. You don't understand humans at all. You speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you because why is there conveniently only one language in the world? Fantasy worlds really be like this. If demons and humans have independent societies, wouldn't it make sense for them to each have their own language? The maiden's going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line, from what you gather, is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. They seem to be getting along just fine, so you decide it's about time for a nap. After a few hours of sleep, you're rudely awakened by the sounds of battle. You emerge from your room to find that a hero has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk! Avenge your fallen comrades. Save yourself. Let's try to avenge them. Who does this guy think he is, coming in here and killing everyone like some maniac? What did we ever do to him? You lunge at him while he's busy driving his sword into the guard who sometimes brought you food whenever they noticed you were feeling kinda down. Oh, you like that guard. You wish with all your demon heart for his hero to suffer for his deeds. You bite into him, tearing flesh from bone. It tastes like iron. The hero struggles. You feel his sword go through you, but there is no pain, only retribution. More of your comrades pile onto him as your consciousness fades. The hero is overtaken. Your army has won. You have earned your rest.
Victorious underling ending. Okay, that's interesting because this will influence other endings as well. Let's see what happens if we run away first.
Quit yelling.
Save yourself.
You look around at the lifeless forms of those you've known as far back as you can remember. You feel glad to not be in their shoes. You also feel guilty to be thinking that as you flee the castle, until you remember your role, not as an underling, but as a demon. This kind of thing is expected of you. Maybe you'll start a new life, far away from any humans or demons, where you'll live peacefully alone in some deep dark forest somewhere.
Alright. Okay, so another ending we can get is the hero cowardly kills the Overlord. So let's see the Overlord's version of that death. Grant him the day off. This one will let her stay. You can't bring yourself to send this maiden away. She just got here. You enjoy a nice long chat with her. Alright. This time, she freaks out over the dead homies. And you feel a sudden sharp pain through your back. You look down to see a blade protruding from your chest. Ah, that was careless of you. So, this is how you die, stabbed in the back by some cowardly hero. What a joke. You're supposed to be the ruthless one. That's right. Humans can't be trusted. Not if this is what they're capable of. You should have remembered that before letting one in. You watch as the hero takes the maiden's hands, leading her through the sea of corpses he'd left in his wake. Captured by a demon. At least she got what she came here for. You join your army in eternal slumber. Oh.
Don't worry, Second Milo, we're gonna do everything, but I'm trying to work backwards so we don't have to redo too many steps here. As efficiently as I can puzzle this together. This time let's play through the maiden and see her ending with the cowardly hero killing the overlord. Skip. Shaffer, here come save you.
The hero suddenly dashes towards the overlord, sword drawn.
Protect her.
Alright, we'll do nothing first, and then we'll do the protector ending and see what changes. Do nothing. The hero's blade pierces the overlord, and she lets out a horrible scream. You flinch. The overlord is slain. The hero smiles and holds out his hand to you, saying it's time to go home. His glove is drenched in blood. Hesitatingly, you take his hand. The hero guides you through the castle, past the corpses of his enemies. You try to keep your eyes at your feet. Yeah, I love these like subtle changes in CG. It changes the color to fit who you're playing, but the expressions also have like really subtle shifts to them. Not so subtle in this case, because in his point of view, he's like smiling like, yeah, I'm the hero, and in her point of view, he's just horrifying. There's blood everywhere. You shut your eyes, but even then, you can't escape the smell. All of this was because of you, wasn't it? You exit the castle and the hero leads you back to the village. Everyone celebrates the hero's great triumph over the demons. You feel sick, but you take part in the festivities regardless. Complacent maiden end. But this time we're gonna change things up here. Alright, this time, shout for hero. We're gonna protect her. You selflessly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade, acting as a shield. It's funny, you think. You never could have imagined this would be the way that you die. The roles are all switched around, but it feels right to you somehow. You are glad your destiny turned out to be saving someone rather than being saved yourself. As your vision fades, you hope that everything turns out alright for your new friend. Sacrificial maiden end, and we get to see the consequences of her sacrifice. Let's first do it from the overlord. Actually, do I want to do it from the overlord? Yeah, let's do it from the overlord first, then the hero. Grant him the day off. Let her stay for a while. The maiden shouts something behind you, and you turn just in time to see her throw herself between you and the hero's blade. It pierces her chest, and she falls to the floor, lifeless. As the pool of blood beneath her grows, so does your rage. This hero has taken everyone from you now. You lose control, and the hero is obliterated. But your hatred for humans has not yet been sated. You go on to destroy them all and become ruler of the entire world. Holy shit! Damn! She took over the entire world over this! Oh my god. Clap. Alright. Alright. Somebody asked earlier how many endings there are. There's 41. Alright, now we get to do the hero's side where he fucking dies. Ask the maiden what's going on. Skip this. Stab the overlord while you can. You lunge forward to put an end to the evil overlord, but your blade pierces the maiden instead. She has sacrificed herself to protect this demon. Dude, the expression here, it's so cool. I love these like little shifts. It takes you a moment to recover from the shock. The Overlord wills. Why did you do that? You're not sure if the question is directed at you. The Overlord strikes at you in a vengeful rage. You parry and she is slain. Your sword feels heavy. Wait, what? You look at your hands, you're close. What happens to the ending where I get fucking destroyed? Blood. So much blood. You look at the fallen maiden, wondering what to tell the townspeople. Why would she protect the Overlord? She must have been brainwashed by demonic magic. You pick up the Overlord's head, wrapping it in your cape, and begin your long journey back to town. You will say that you were too late, that nothing could be done for the girl, but the Overlord is slain. Oh, hero, you fucking cuck. You do deserve to be NTR'd, huh? Get fucked. There will be celebration. Loyal hero and you piece of shit! You motherfucker! You killed her! I need the ending where he gets fucked and dies. You attempt to explain why you've come, but the monster before you is eyeing you with suspicion. Let's see. I can't help but notice the demon blood from earlier. You haven't had a chance to wash off yet. Whoops. You have no choice but to fight the army in self-defense. Oh well, more experience points for you. You make your way through the castle, fending off all the demons that stand in your way. You make it to the Overlord's chamber and hope you're still in time to save the maiden. You find the maiden. Ask the maiden what's going on. Do we get killed in this end? No, we just kill her again. How do I do the ending where she absolutely destroys him? I'm gonna not kill the first couple. Cut through these ones. Ask what's going on, and then stab while you can. Nope. Confusion? Maybe that choice just ends up differently for both of them, depending on who you're playing. Alright, this time there's a whole other time that you can kill her with, so let's try that one. So we're gonna bravely slaughter the creatures, we're gonna cut through the demon army, and this time we're just gonna directly not ask what's going on and just go ahead and destroy the Overlord. You lunge forward to put an end to the evil Overlord. Oh, the protection's the same. Huh. Phantom says you can see every ending as every character, but this is weird because like everything is the same. Like everything is the same, right? Except for this, like, see, her ending is the one where she takes over the world, and his ending is one where he goes back to the village. So it's a little confusing. But that's okay. Whoops. I hope I didn't lose progress for going back like that. Okay, we're good. Alright, I can think of another ending, which is the underling kills him before he gets to the Overlord and the maiden. So let's go ahead and do that. Does it change if you take off Martyr? No, because then the hero just directly kills the Overlord. This time, let's do the underling kills the hero. Let's not overthrow her. You tell your friends you were totally not serious about this whole thing. You're actually cool with the status quo. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to complain about is that you live so comfortably there's nothing to do. The others nod but don't seem convinced. You say a coup d'etat would be more effort than it's worth. But you're still gonna be a rebel and sneak out of the castle. Your friends praise your mischievous ways. Quit yelling. The Overlord asks where you found this maiden, knowing full well that you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. You apologize for disobeying her, but hope that the maiden is an interesting enough person that you may be forgiven. The Overlord nods and says something cool as long as you... Oh, the Overlord nods and says everything is cool as long as you always listen to her from now on. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mentioned how you can't believe you and your friends even considered overthrowing her. She gives you a look and you say, "That was a joke, of course." She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's about time for a nap. Fucking just joshing, just joking around. Alright. Avenge your comrades. This time the hero will not be able to make it to the Overlord and the maiden, so let's see what happens. Let's go first from the maiden point of view. She lectures the underling that brought you here, who was apparently told not to leave their post. You wonder what cruel punishment awaits them. But to your surprise, she lets them off easy. The underling is dismissed and the Overlord turns to you, looking very interested. Skip.
The Overlord tells you again that you should get lost. How rude, you just got here.
Oh, you can just straight up leave here. Alright, let's just go.
You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. Along the way, you encounter a hero. He's covered in demon blood. You are frightened by the sight of him and run away. You return to your village alone. Everyone's very worried about you. They surround you with 1,000 questions and you tell them your story. As you explain that the Overlord never had any intentions to harm anyone here, you notice the looks of uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. You are loudly interrupted by an older man. He rudely calls you a demon sympathizer. The crowd is growing unruly. You don't understand. You've only told them the truth. Do they not believe you? Everyone begins speculating what must have actually happened. They weave elaborate lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero, they ask. You could not have possibly escaped the Overlord on your own without harm. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing they aren't the horrible creatures we know them to be, so they say. Have the people of your village always been this blinded by their fears and hatred of things they never cared to know? That's a little too real, isn't it? You wonder how you missed that before. You are seized by the crowd and voices from all sides are calling for public execution. You are to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. You wonder, would it have been better to hide the truth? You don't like the thought of that. You have always lived honestly, so why has this happened? Why are you being punished? You hear the dissenting voices of your family and neighbors, but they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so, so sorry. Oh, executed maiden end. Oh, Alright. That ending is definitely another route for us to do, but I want to finish up the route we already started. Let's refuse to leave. You put your foot down and tell her you're not going anywhere. You still want to fulfill your destiny, even if you have to make it happen on your own. She's a little frustrated at your stubbornness, but doesn't kick you out or anything. Hooray! Alright. Oh. So, he's still... This is the ending where we still kill him for killing everyone. Which is not right because the underling should have killed him. Right? The underling should have killed a hero. Let me see again. You're in a good mood today and are rather curious about what the maiden has to say. Humans don't usually talk to you, so this is kind of exciting. You hadn't guessed it would even be possible to understand each other before now. The maiden is going on and on, blah 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 blah. Alright. Avenge them. And then we'll see the maiden ending? Refuse to leave. No, he just kills them. I guess the little homie killing the hero doesn't go through. Go back to work. You thought you told that underling to do their job, not drag strangers into your room. Looks like they took an unauthorized break away from the castle. You scold them, but ultimately you're a little interested in this guest, so you let them off easy. That underling's not so bad. It's a maiden from the nearby human village. She says her role is to capture by you. You should go home. Yeah, so just kills everyone. Yeah, so I guess that's not really a choice that matters for the ending. So let's go ahead and do the maiden ending, but this time she gets burned at the stake. Introduce yourself, refuse, obey her. Let's just go home. And then we'll see what happens if the Overlord, if she just straight up leaves when the Overlord says to. The maiden does what she's told and takes her leave. You figure you may as well go back to bed now. Is it just gonna lead to the burning to death ending? But you don't get to rest for very long. Yep, everything burns to death here. But where's the hero? Where does the hero go in this ending? slaughter everyone?
On your way to the Overlord's castle, you spot a maiden heading back towards the village. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with curiosity, but she runs from you for some reason. You wonder what that's all about, but then you remember you're covered in demon blood. Not when you look like you're a crazy person chasing after her or anything, you nonchalantly walk back to town. As you walk past the town square, you notice the whole village is crowded around. Is that the maiden you saw earlier? She's bound to a wooden stake. The crowd is in a frenzy. Smoke begins to rise, and you stand idly by as flames consume the maiden. She must have done something horrible to deserve that. You decide to call it a day and return to your house, but you can't escape this sinking feeling. Maybe you aren't cut out for this role. Spectator hero end. Damn, hero, you did fucking nothing. You did absolutely nothing there. Just let everything go to hell, huh? This time let's see if the underling can change things. Let's not overthrow her. Hear her out. Save yourself. Nope, those are all the same. Let me think about what paths we haven't gone on now. I think I finally reached the end of, like, endings I can directly think of.
Boop bop bum. Bum bum bum.
Alright, this time, let's not have the hero kill everyone, but the maiden and the overlord still chill with each other. This time, the hero is just gonna be a really flaccid dude. Alright, so this time he's not gonna be dutiful. He's going to... just gonna go chill. So, flee like a coward. Ask if they'll let you in. What? Oh, we don't have the maiden here, that's why. But this time, let's not be obedient. There we go. What? She should be here. Get back to work. Oh, wait. Why does the maiden not come? Oh, because of the hungry tag. Whoops, that's why. Alright, I think we should fix it now. Yeah. Go back to work. She's here. Let her stay for a while. You're interrupted by another human in your doorway. This time it's a hero. He was apparently searching for the maiden who was rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. I only wanted to meet with the Overlord. Didn't anyone read the note I left behind? After everything is explained, the hero expresses relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks her to return to the village with him. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take the maiden away from you. Keep her here? Let them go? Alright, let's see what happens if I keep her here. The maiden came here to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her a wish. You tell the hero you won't let him take her home. The maiden assures you she'll be back, but you don't budge. The hero is cautious now. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all, and if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You have no choice. You destroy the hero before he can steal your maiden away. She's frightened, and you don't understand why. Didn't she say she prefers this place to the village? Now she doesn't have to leave. You take a step towards the maiden, and she backs herself into a corner. You don't understand. Something sharp pierces your back. The hero? No, he's already... It's one of your underlings. The maiden screams. Your servant tackles you, tearing you apart with their claws. You struggle to retaliate. They've done too much damage. You can barely move now. Your blood is everywhere. You can't believe this has happened to you. Why has this happened to you? You have been slain by your own underling. Oh, I see. So the betrayal still happens here. The hero's ending looks like it's gonna be the same in this case either way, so let's go ahead and go here. Flee like a coward. Let's ask if they'll let you in. The Overlord and Maiden seems to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. There is no time to hesitate. What's going on?
on, maiden? The maiden explains that she was never captured and she came here of her own volition. That was a pretty dangerous thing of her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. You ask her to return to the town with you to reassure everyone of her safety, but the Overlord objects to this. The maiden tries to tell her that she'll come right back, but the Overlord refuses to hear it. The maiden seems nervous. As a hero, it's your job to mediate situations like these. You tell the Overlord that if she doesn't let the two of you go, you'll have to assume she's evil. You'll be forced to vanquish her. You leave me no choice. The Overlord pauses before suddenly jumping you. You are helpless as she disembowels you with her claws. How horrible. You came all this way, only to be met with this cruel fate. You should have destroyed these evil creatures while you had the chance. Your dying wish is for the maiden to somehow make it out of this alive. Jeez. Yeah, no XP, so he dies here. Now let's see the maiden's ending point of view of the betrayed Overlord, and after the hero does this, and then we'll see the underlings ending, and then we will have them not involved in the plot to kill the Overlord and see what happens. I assume that means that they're all gonna burn in the mansion anyway. Alright, skip. Introduce yourself. But the Overlord objects to the hero's suggestion. You tell her you plan on returning soon, but she isn't having it. You feel nervous. Excuse me. The hero puts on a brave face for you. Ba-bum. The Overlord suddenly jumps the hero. She tears into him with her claws. You want to cry out, but a scream catches in your throat. You watch because you can't look away. Had she really been lying to you all along? You wonder, is this your punishment for questioning the divine plan? The Overlord approaches you now. You back yourself into a corner. Her expression is complicated. Being captured by the Overlord in a horrible way like this was your destiny after all. But the Overlord stops, or rather, someone has stopped her. Whatever held back your scream before doesn't stop you this time. The Overlord is being ripped to shreds by one of her demon underlings. You think you recognize them, but it's hard to tell with all the blood. Everyone stopped moving now. The room is silent save for the underlings' heavy breathing. You thank them for what they've done, even though it's awful. You feel you've been rescued from a terrible fate. They look at you, confused for a moment, but then puff out their chest. You should probably go home. This place is dangerous. You follow their advice and make your way out of the castle. You decide never to leave home again for the rest of your life. Seems like the underling is NB, Big Bad Wolf, like completely non-binary every time we see him. Let's see. And now we see the underlings ending. That's not, I'll say. And then we'll hear her out. Alright. We're gonna kill her. You sneak up to the Overlord's room, but there's a couple of humans in there. You watch the scene unfold. You aren't sure why, but the Overlord suddenly cuts down the hero. She approaches the maiden you brought to her earlier. With the Overlord distracted, you figured this is as good of a chance as any. You launch a sneak attack, getting her right in the back. She flinches, giving you enough advantage to take her down. You rip the Overlord apart until she stops moving. That was messier than you would have liked. The maiden mutters something from the corner. Thank you for saving me. It wasn't your intention, but it sounds like you did something heroic. You tell the maiden to go home. This place is dangerous. She follows your advice and leaves the castle. Your castle. You are the new Overlord. Oh god. Oh man. Okay. Somebody said that there was like a flowchart. Is it here? Oh, there's a fucking flowchart. I see. How cool. Alright, I don't want to use the flowchart yet. I still want to see if I can hunt some stuff down without the flowchart, but we'll refer to it if we need it, okay? Alright guys, give me 5 minutes. I gotta go take a piss. Alright, open wide. BRB. Back!
Alright. Let me get situated in my chair.
Thank you for the welcome back.
Thank you, brother in ground. Let's see. Alright, scooting up with the chair. To the trough overflow. I would never forget about the trough so long as I have brain cells. Let me think real fast. What other endings can we do? The internet is much better now, Herapath. I'm trying not to like count my blessings before like anything. So we're okay for now. Nothing has crashed. It seems to be pretty good. At full speed, there's no packet loss anymore, so that's pretty nice. Let me think. Let's see. But this time, if we're a coward, do we get a different ending? Yeah, let's see. Let's not be disloyal, and this time, let's watch their ending up to being coward. Let's not.
Thank you for 200 bits, Varan Vex. Thank you, thank you! Thank you, it's only been 5 days! But thank you, Varan Vex. I really appreciate the biddies. Glad that you guys are back here with me, too. I do have an Ethernet cable connection, but it still is bad. The truth is, I live out in like the sticks, you know? Well, I shouldn't call it sticks, because that's different for everyone. I live a little out of nowhere. Thank you so much, Herapath, for 2 months over 3 months. Welcome home, my Ghostling.
I missed you. Hell yeah, gaming.
Yeah, I live in pretty much the middle of nowhere, so when the internet dies out here, it takes a while for it to be fixed. With like everything that's been going on in Canada, it was like a bit of a mess. It was hard to get them to come over. Like, we got like people to come over, but they were just like, we can't really do anything. It's this whole area is just out, and so that was kind of rough. But at least it wasn't like a power outage or anything. I was just bored out of my mind. Hear her out. She's not in bed. She dies here. Alright, this time let's see. What happens if the Overlord is possessive, but the underling is not there to tear us apart over it? Keep her here. Look at this. This is the face of contemplation. The true yandere face of I will kill anything for you, my queen. Let's see. You take a step towards the maiden. She backs herself into a corner. You don't understand. She wanted to stay here with you. The hero was trying to get in the way of that. You had to kill him. You'll be sure to keep this maiden very safe from now on. Oh, selfish overlord, and oh my. Oh, I love yandere endings, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Love that shit. Alright. And it's the best ending because the hero fucking dies in it. She vows to keep you very safe from now on. You're afraid to find out what that means, but there's no one left to save you. You belong to the Overlord now. Dun dun dun! Captured maiden end A. Ooh. The NCR thing came true. The hero doesn't have any stakes on the maiden at all. These two, not a chance. These two in love. The underling is like an asexual little gremlin. Like I think they're interested in anything. Alright, what else can I do? This time let's see what happens if we do not get possessive. Let them go. You're certain that she'll return to spend more time with you. You just have to trust in that, you decide. With the hero and maiden gone, you plop down into the comfort of your luxurious overlord bed. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friend will be back soon. You close your eyes for a while. Until your door slams shut. So we're gonna burn to death here. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed by flames. What's going on? You die here. It's because you didn't get killed. And so I think this is the same for that other ending where the maiden will come and try to run in to save her but just dies as well. But I'm gonna double check real fast by playing through it. Yep, same thing. So this time, we're actually gonna have the underling be a coward, and thus the overlord will be killed. And the maiden will not see this happening, so she'll return back to the village. Alright, just double checking that we got it right. What? Shouldn't you be... Oh no, whoops, disloyal is what I was trying to do. Disloyal, whoops, I clicked the wrong one. Disloyal, but not a coward, so the maiden this time should not burn to death. She should just keep walking, I think. Near the castle's entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. They're talking about assassinating the overlord. You have to warn her. Well, the colors! She has really interesting colors in her out. But the hero shakes his head. He says that if this is the true nature of demons, the world is better off with less of them. But this isn't right, you think. What kind of hero passes the chance to save a life? The demons have taken notice of you. It's now or never. You take off into the castle and the unreliable hero follows shortly after. You burst into the overlord's room, all your words spilling out at once. You should probably slow down, but there's no time. The overlord seems to have followed your frantic explanation, but clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. The color scheme here is so interesting. Feels like a completely different path. The underling you recognize from before barges in, calling you a liar. You're surprised they were a part of this evil plot. They seem so nice. The other demons come in right after them, saying the whole thing was the first underling's idea. Everyone's shouting at each other now. It's really stressing you out. You are relieved when the overlord demands silence. She threatens them with violence. You think she is very overlord-like in this moment. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the little one behind. You watch as it pounds on the door in distress. Have they locked you all in? You have a bad feeling about this. And thinking that must have jinxed it because now the room is engulfed in flames. If only you had ignored those demons before, you and the hero wouldn't have stumbled into this situation. If you had just pretended not to hear them, if you left as you were told, only the overlord would have been killed. Oh, that's stone cold, Jesus Christ. But you couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you. Never mind, she's not stone cold. You think that no matter what, you'll always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist. It simply must. The overlord seizes her underling. They beg for their life. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The overlord's claws pierce the underling's chest. They scream an awful scream. She digs and twists her claws into the poor thing while you continue to pray. But there's no saving any of you now. You, the overlord, the hero, and the underling's corpse are consumed by flames. Devout maiden ending. Alright, let's see things from the hero perspective now.
Flee like a coward, ask if they'll join you, ask the maiden what's going on.
The overlord allows the two of you to leave and you casually exit the castle. You pause when you see a group of suspicious demons standing near the entrance. They're talking about assassinating their overlord. This proves to you that demons really are foul creatures.
We have to tell her about this.
You don't understand what the maiden's thinking. The world is better off with less demons. They're all cold, ruthless creatures that should be destroyed. And those same creatures have just noticed you eavesdropping. The maiden takes off into the castle and you have no choice but to follow. You burst into the overlord's room. The maiden frantically tries to communicate what you just overheard. A demon underling barges in next, calling you liars. It's followed by the group from the entrance, who shifts the blame back onto the little one. These demons only care about themselves. How low can they be? Okay, dude, no time for you to be racist right now. There's a lot happening here. You begin shouting at them, and the whole room dissolves into noise until the overlord yells for everyone to shut their traps. She threatens them with violence. This overlord is no better than her subjects. You grip your sword tightly. If you have to cut through everyone here to get this maiden to safety, you certainly will. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the runt to the litter behind. You glance around to another exit, but there isn't one. You have a terrible feeling about this. In an instant, The whole room is in flames. What kind of demonic magic is this? Fire? Homie's over here looking at fire and is like, what demon could have caused this?
AM PM, thank you so much for raid. Welcome in. How are you? How was your stream? What were you up to? Thank you so much for coming and share your community with me. For the homies, new homies here, my name is Reiyu GuiGui. We are playing Bad End Theater, and it's a game where you hunt down a lot of bad ends trying to find a happy ending. I think we're getting closer and closer because the colors are getting magnificent. But sit around, enjoy the wild ride. The underling pounds on the door, upset that it's been betrayed. You joined it, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. The next moment, the Overlord has taken hold of the underling. It's crying for mercy. She thrusts her claws into her underling's chest and it lets out a horrible scream. You back away. You won't be the next target of her rage. She continues to dig and twist her claws into its limp body. You can no longer watch. You look to the maiden. She's crying, hands clasped together in prayer. To have faith in a time like this, you envy her. The two of you, the Overlord and the underling's corpse, are all consumed by flames. Alright. Who do you think we should do next? The underling or the Overlord? In a kind of way, I feel like the Overlord is the protagonist. So let's save the Overlord for last. Yeah, when they mix all of the colors here together, they're all together and it seems to be the path where everything comes to a head. So that might be why they mix the colors. I'm gonna do the underling next because I just feel like the Overlord is kind of the main character. Hear her out. Let's go with disloyal because that's what leads to it. You and your friends turn to notice a pair of humans have overheard your entire conversation. They take off into the castle. Are they headed to the Overlord's room? Fuck! The Overlord will kill you for sure if she found out that you were conspiring to take her out. You dashed into the castle after the humans. Sure enough, the maidens are already frantically telling the Overlord everything. Every single one of them has a different combination of the four, so it's kind of cool. You shout that the humans are liars. Your friends soon arrive to back you up. Except they don't. Instead, they blame the whole thing on you. They cry that it was all your idea and they were going with the flow, too scared to refuse your crazy plan. You can't believe they tell the Overlord such a blatant lie. You always knew better than to trust them. You're the one who didn't have a choice here. You all shout at each other until the Overlord demands silence. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. Oh, okay, alright, Mom. Alright, Mommy. She sounds tough, but lately all she does is sleep. You doubt her strength. You hear your traitor's friends mutter something about going back to Plan A, and suddenly the door slams shut. You're trapped in here with the Overlord and the two humans. And then, the room bursts into flames. You pound on the door, screaming curses at those who betrayed you. The hero joins you, vowing to slay the lot of them. You wish he'd get that chance. The Overlord grabs you by the throat. You cry for mercy. You were forced into this mess, and you're sure now that they would have killed you if you'd sided with her. But the Overlord doesn't hear your pleas. She drives her claws into your chest. At least, she made it quick. Traitor underling ending. I think definitely for the correct ending, you can't be disloyal, and everything else has to be lined up like this. Alright, let's see the Overlord's end of that. Go back to work. Let her stay for a while. Let them go. You've almost fallen asleep when the maiden hero bursts into your room, frantically trying to communicate something to you. You're told that a group of demons is plotting to assassinate you. You're not surprised. How nice of the humans to care, though. One of your underlings barges in next, shouting that the humans are liars. They're followed by another group of demons crying that everything was the first underling's plan. Everyone is shouting over each other now. It's very annoying. You yell for all of them to shut their traps. You have no doubt that your servants would let their ambition cloud their judgment and lead them to try to take your throne. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but punish everyone to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. Saying that made you feel very Overlord-like. You aren't sure if you have the strength to back it up, though. Lately, all you do is sleep. Damn. The group of demons start muttering something about going back to Plan A and suddenly slam your door shut. You, the maiden, the hero, and one of your underlings are trapped inside.
In an instant, the whole room is in flames. The underling pounds on the door, cursing at your friends for betraying them. The hero pounds on the door as well, vowing to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. So, this is how you die. Burned alive in your own room by those you thought you could trust. You should have expected this from a bunch of idiot demons, though. You notice the maiden crying. Why does she have to die over something that has nothing to do with her? Perhaps she was cursed from the moment she spoke to you. You wonder if you're cursed as well. You're so filled with anger and frustration, you don't even notice that you've grabbed the underling those traitors blamed everything on. They cry for mercy, saying that they were dragged into the plot knowing they would be killed if they took your side. They cry that they didn't want to have to kill you. You almost feel sorry for them. Oh, there's the forgive them ending, but no, we gotta see the bad ending first. Take retribution. You pierce their chest with your claws. They scream. The hero backs away. He is wise not to interfere. They've stopped moving, but you keep digging and twisting your claws into them. It doesn't make you feel any better. The underling's corpse burns along with you and the two humans. Spiteful Overlord end. Alright. What a way to go. Oh, I just want my insides rearranged like that. Alright, let her stay for a while. Let him go. This time, we're gonna be merciful. You release the underling. Killing them wouldn't make you feel any better. Besides, they've already gotten their punishment. You'll all burn together. Overlord's true end. What? That's their true end? Before you're taken back to reset the story once again, you pause for a moment. True end? You say to yourself, don't fucking out me like this game. What was the point of all my effort if the true ending is this terrible? Yeah, this is exactly my thoughts here. You must have forgotten where you were. This is bad end theater. Is the pain setting? But you should have been well aware of what you've been shown when you entered this place. It's a problem I've seen quite often. At some point, you grew attached to my little cast. You started to relate to their flaws, their plights. You started wishing for their happiness. But you aren't going to find that here in my theater, my lovingly crafted labyrinth of suffering. Anyway, I hope you'll pardon the interruption. You're making great progress. The choice to continue on to the next ending is always yours. I'll leave you to it, dear guest. Alright. A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter number 4. What? Where can I read these letters? Ooh. You know what? I feel like I should only read this if I read the first 3 letters first, but I don't know. Do you guys want to read the letter now or later after we hunt down a few more endings? What do you guys think? I didn't read it. I just opened it for a moment. Now? Now? Okay. Screw the rules? Alright, fine, we'll read it. My love, do you remember when we first met? I had just finished one of my scripts, one I was quite proud of, in fact. As I read it aloud, you happened to pass by. What a terrible ending, you said. Why should these poor fools have to die? You were so rude. You wouldn't accept any of my justifications, and yet, you managed to convince me. It really would be better if everyone could live in harmony, however unrealistic that felt. I look back fondly on that day, even now. I wonder if, somewhere, you're thinking of it too. Forever yours, Tragedy. Alright. Well, us being merciful at the end definitely changed the underlings' ending, so let's see what happens to them now. To your surprise, the Overlord spares you. Or maybe she'd rather see you suffer instead, looking around. You've just gone from one dead end to another. The maiden's crying, the hero is silent. You'd all burn together. Underling's true end. Do we get another letter? No matter the perspective, the true ending remains the same. That's what makes it true. You couldn't resist seeing it for yourself though, could you? I wonder what will happen when you collect them all. Will you give in to despair, or... A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. Lost letter 3. Man, I feel like I'm reading these letters in the wrong order somehow, but let's just do it. My love, I've been feeling a little depressed lately. Many patrons have come to my theater, but none so far have stayed to experience every tale in its entirety. The critics haven't exactly been kind, but I understand. My stories aren't exactly crowd pleasers. Despite that, you always listen to the very end. I'm grateful for that. Hope to see you again soon. Forever yours, Tragedy. So I feel like we gotta eventually hunt down everything anyway, which I plan to do. Introduce yourself. Let's see. The Overlord spares the underling. You feel relieved, but does it make any difference? Will you all burn together? Yes. Keep collecting bad endings for now. Let's keep collecting bad endings for now. Oh, are you not gonna give me a letter for that one? Is she gonna kill it as retribution? It continues to cry and make excuses, but the Overlord does nothing. To your surprise, she lets it go. Are demons capable of mercy? You guess it doesn't matter now. You'll all burn together. Hero's true end. Oh, the hero doesn't get a letter? Alright, so it looks like the path towards like a true ending might be through the maiden. But let's hunt down every bad end we can, okay? This time I'm gonna refer to the flowchart. The true end, the bad end, underling behavior disloyal, maiden obedient, hero flees. So it's gonna be hero flees, maiden's obedient. Okay, let's see what happens there. Antisocial obedient. I'm glad you're okay, Thick Danny boy. I think this lines up. Maybe? Flee like a coward. Oh, this time. You asked the maiden what she's doing because she's leaving the castle. Doesn't she know the Overlord's castle is like right there? It's dangerous. The maiden explains that she spoke with the Overlord, and it turns out the demons never had any diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. Believe her story. She can't be trusted. What if I just say she can't be trusted? You aren't sure you should listen to this maiden. You've been taught your whole life that demons are evil. You ask if she's sure about all this, but she gets very upset that you think she would lie to you. She storms off before you can say anything else. You decide to return to the village, certain that she must have been a kidnapped maiden you were sent to rescue, glad that it took care of itself. You take your time walking home. Job well done today, you think to yourself. As you walk past the town square, you notice the whole village is crowded around. Is that the maiden you saw earlier? She's bound to a wooden stake. The crowd is in a frenzy. Smoke begins to rise, and you stand idly by as flames consume the maiden. She must have done something horrible to deserve that. This is the same ending. She seemed nice though, you think. But evil comes in all forms, you reassure yourself. You decide to call it a day and return to your house, but you can't escape this sinking feeling. Maybe you aren't cut out for this role. I think that counts as the other ending, but let's go ahead and go through it as well. Let's go home. He asks what you're doing. Don't you know the Overlord's castle is like right there? You explain everything that happened. The hero seems to think you're lying to him. He asks if you've been brainwashed by the demons. What nerve! You're very upset that this so-called hero would treat you this way and leave in a huff. You return to the village alone. Everyone's very worried about you. Yeah, this is the same ending. So this time, we're gonna be like, feel like a coward. Believe her story. You have no reason to assume she's lying to you. Even though her story is kind of hard to believe, you feel you should trust her. You tell her you've been pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about demons all along. The townspeople must be informed of this immediately. The two of you return to the village. They had all been so worried. They praise you for your bravery. But the maiden quickly sets the record straight. There is nothing she needed to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers look to you for explanation. You politely inform them it isn't your story to tell. You merely ran into her on her way to the castle. She explains that the Overlord isn't interested in capturing maidens or anything of the sort. The village turns to you again in disbelief. They aren't being subtle in how little they trust this maiden's story. You totally believe her, but to placate these fair citizens, you volunteer to speak to the demons personally, just in case. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You're too busy thinking what a great and reliable hero you are to hear what they're saying. The town's elder's voice breaks you out of your thoughts. He's gonna say we're both demon sympathizers and burn us both. He implores you to meet with the Overlord immediately and says they'll all keep an eye on the maiden until you return. You figure that sounds alright, but the mood is kind of intense for some reason. Did you miss something? You aren't sure what's going on, but you get the feeling it might be bad to leave the maid on her own. But she suddenly takes off running. Huh, you thought the two of you were in this together. Her actions have convinced the crowd that she's obviously been a liar and witch from the start. People are shouting for you to hunt her and her demon friends down already, but that doesn't sound like a very heroic task. You can't help but feel these people are wrong. It's up to you to catch up to her and talk to the demons in order to clear up this misunderstanding. You valiantly dash after the maiden toward the Overlord's castle. But you are too late. Through the unguarded gates, you spot a group of demons surrounding a body. The maiden. She was a fool to have trusted the demons after all. Your hero blood is boiling. You'll avenge her death. You charge through the gates to eliminate every demon you see. What the fuck are you doing, killing all my soldiers? The Overlord is angry. You vow to exterminate her and all of demonkind. You clash again and again, but the Overlord isn't going down easily. You're both dangerously low on health when everything goes black. Your quest has come to an abrupt end. Unlucky hero end. Whoa, this is a whole new path. Alright, let's see what happens to the maiden when she ran away like that. He is very surprised that demons don't seem to be as malicious as you were raised to believe. The two of you return to the village, hoping to communicate this to everyone. They had all been so worried and are very glad that the hero brought you back. You quickly set the record straight. You weren't rescued because there was nothing to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers seem confused and look to the hero for an explanation. He tells them he only ran into you on his way to the castle, and that this isn't really his story to tell. You explain to them how you met the Overlord and that she's not actually interested in capturing maidens, rather mean things like that. The villagers look again to the hero for confirmation. You feel a little miffed that they seem to prefer his word over yours, but you don't say anything about that. The hero proclaims that he believes your story, but volunteers to go talk to the demons himself just to make absolutely sure. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You hear words like trickery and demon sympathizer being thrown around, which makes you frown. You're pretty shocked that everyone's this hesitant to believe you. Does the hero even trust you? You aren't sure anymore. An old man implores the hero to go speak with the Overlord immediately. He says you should be held prisoner. Damn, this is totally different from what the hero heard. And considered dangerous until the hero returns. The hero was just like, oh, we should take care of her. Damn, hero, little himbo. Oh, let me drink some water real fast. And considered dangerous until the hero returns. Much to your disbelief, the crowd agrees with him. Because, of course, if you were conspiring with the demons, they can't afford to let their guard down. The whole village would be slaughtered by monsters. The hero isn't saying anything. You'll be tied up and tossed into a cell at this rate. If you're going to be held captive by anyone, it's going to be the Overlord, not your fellow countrymen. Alright, let's do the leave on your own, because that's definitely the wrong thing to do. You can prove yourself without anyone's help. You make a run for the Overlord's castle, leaving the hero behind. A suspicious group of demons stand just outside the entrance. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. They merely notice you overheard them. The underling you recognize from before is the first to do something about it. This is just the way it has to be. They suddenly attack you. In that moment, you regret having ever trusted the demons. You die instantly. Damn. Slaughtered maiden ending. This time, let's see it from the Overlord's ending. No, she better go home. And she'll say yes. You wake up to the sounds of battle. A hero is cutting through your army. As the Overlord, it's your job to take charge in these kinds of situations. You rush out to end this hero's pitiful existence. Vile demons, I shouldn't have believed you for a second that you were anything but pure evil. I'll exterminate you all. You don't really get what he's going on about, but you engage regardless. A girl's gotta defend her people. You clash again and again, but the hero isn't going down easily. You're both dangerously low on health, waiting for the other to make a move, when one of your underlings appear behind him. They knock the hero unconscious. You kind of appreciate it, but can't they see this was a duel? They don't respond. You sense murderous intent. Your servant tackles you, tearing you apart with their claws. You struggle to retaliate. They've done too much damage. You can barely move now. So this is the same ending as the Betrayed Overlord end. Only thing different is the start. Let's see what the underling does. Hear her out. Yeah, we'll be disloyal. You and your friends turn to notice the maiden from earlier has overheard your entire conversation. It'd be bad for you if the Overlord found out about this. Oh, okay. So I can see two branches here. So remind me that we could take the hero and run earlier, and also here we can toss her into a dungeon. But I want to see the end of this bad ending.
This is just the way it has to be, you declare, before jumping her and clawing her guts out. It turns out you're already an expert at ending lives. Your friends call you a show-off. You go back into the castle to wash off all the icky human blood. As you're finishing up, you hear the sounds of battle outside. A hero has come. Seeing the dead maiden must have made him pretty angry. You get to thinking, if the hero took down the Overlord for you, everything might actually work out in your favor. You wait for things to die down outside before poking your head out. You spot the Overlord and the hero locked in battle. They've worn each other down, making this very easy for you. Once an opening presents itself, you hit the back of the hero's head, knocking him out.
What are you doing? Couldn't you tell this was a duel?
You don't respond. You have to carry out an assassination. You tackle her and rip her to shreds with your claws until she stops moving. Hey, Blabasket. You finish off the hero next. You can't let him revive and come after you later. Kind of a cheap victory, but it doesn't make any difference. Anyone who manages to survive come crawling out of their hiding places. You are the new ruler of this castle. Same ending as Lord Underling ending. But this time, let's try... let's kill the Overlord, and then let's toss her into the dungeon. You and your friends seize the maiden and bring her to the dungeon under the castle. It's empty, save for the decorative skulls. They're only there to make it feel more spooky. How cute! The maiden is very upset. You leave her in the cell to continue scheming with your friends. But now a hero has arrived at the front gates. He's asking about a maiden. Perhaps the very one you just locked up.
Hey, y'all, let me drink some water.
Alright. The gatekeeper who's seen everything tells the hero exactly what happened. What an idiot you think. Why give the hero an excuse to start slaughtering us? The hero yells, "Prepare to face justice," and utters such cliche hero lines before driving his sword into the gatekeeper's torso. What? The gatekeeper was just a good guy! You're small compared to a lot of your friends, so you're able to slip away without getting cut up by that sword. You get you thinking, if the hero took down the Overlord for you, everything might actually work out in your favor.
Ah, so this is the same thing. Okay.
Alright. But the maiden must have a different ending from not dying here. So, introduce yourself. Obey her. Leave on your own. They immediately notice you overheard them and decide to lock you in a dungeon before you can cause any trouble. You cry out, but the demons ignore your protests. You can't believe you escaped possibly being thrown in a cell back in your village, only to be tossed in this awful place. This is terrible. Who is going to keep those demons from harming the Overlord? You hope she can fend for herself. You sure can't. You hear the sounds of battle echoing through the halls outside. Did the hero follow you? If he's out there, your cries don't reach him. After a while, the violence seems to die down. It's impossible to tell what happened. You continue to wait, but no one comes for you. Unable to escape, you rot in that cell. Imprisoned maiden end. Nice, that was a new ending. Oh, we found Lost Letter too! Yeah! Let's read it.
My love, I finally fulfilled a childhood dream of mine. Yes, that's right. I opened up my very own theater. You would be so proud if you could only see it. I know how much it would have meant to you to be at my side on opening night. I'm sorry for going ahead without you, but I thought if my theater could become world famous, then maybe you just might hear of it. Wherever you are. Forever yours, Tragedy. Oh, we only have one ending left. I assume it's the one where you take the hero and run then? So let's try that one. Or maybe it's the true end that we're missing. What happens if you take the hero's hand and run here? Grab the hero and run. You boldly announce that you'll accompany the hero to prove yourself. You'd rather risk what's out there instead of staying in a village that doesn't trust you. No one seems to know how to react. You grab the hero by the wrist and take off before anyone stops you. Near the castle entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. Oh, does this lead to the true end still?
Yes, it does.
Alright. Okay, but we need the homie to be merciful.
Bum, 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 bum.
Introduce yourself. Obey her. This time we'll take him. Grab the hero and run.
What?
Okay, it can't end like this. I assume this is the ending we're missing. Now I'm uncertain. But we only have one ending left, and this is the only one I can think of we haven't done. No? Okay, I'll keep collecting bad ends. Sheesh. I'll look real fast. Hero. Oh, the hero's missing an end. Trusting. Okay. Obedient. Antisocial, obedient, trusting. What? Antisocial, obedient, trusting. Flee like a coward. Believe her story. As you stand there not sure what to do, the maiden announces that she's going to prove her story to the village. She drags you along with her. She has much better odds with you around, so you don't object. Adventure awaits. When you make it to the castle, you spy a group of suspicious demons. This just leads to a true ending. So what am I missing here? Trusting, obedient, disloyal captor, resolute. Maybe not resolute? Let's try doing not resolute this time. Playing a coward, believe her story. When you reach the gates, you ask the demons if they've seen the maiden. This is the part where he freaks out. They have. They inform you that she's been held in a dungeon for the moment. She trusts them, and in return, they lock her up. So demons are truly evil beings after all. You demand they take you to her, but they do not let you pass. You should have expected as much from these unreasonable creatures. I like how in his head, that's not the gatekeeper homie, they're just generic demons, like he's racist. Like he looks at demons and he's like, they all look the same. You know what you must do. You thrust your blade through the demon before you can rush the castle alone. Alright. What am I doing wrong here? Hero believes. Oh, I'm supposed to be trusting and it leads here? But what other leap do I need to get that? Trusting is definitely where it branches. Disloyal, captor, resolute, disloyal. Maybe have the underling not be disloyal? The air becomes dark and thick as you enter deep into demon territory. Evil miasma? No, you realize it's just normal smoke. You see the maiden ahead, but she's stopped in her tracks, the Overlord's castle engulfed in flames. You had only taken an eye off the maiden for a second, but she's already disappeared. You get closer to the castle, but the smoke is so thick now, you think of turning back. The maiden might need your help, but you can barely see. She could be impossible to find. She could have been lying to you all along. Was this a trap? Would it be worth risking your life on that chance? Your legs feel heavy. No, going in there would be suicide. You'll return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Yep, that's definitely the missing ending. A letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. Okay. Letter 1. My love. It just isn't fair at all, is it? For them to force us apart like this. It's unreasonable, cruel. I had to find an outlet for this grief somehow. So I decided to write, and I'll keep writing until the day you find me once more. And then, maybe we could write a story together. I'm waiting for that day. Forever yours, Tragedy. Alright. Okay, so now we're ready for the true ending, right? Alright, with this, disloyal, but we're not gonna do capture, antisocial, merciful, resolute. And we'll do it. We got all of the endings, so to the true end we go. Let's do obey her. It can't end like this. You want to answer the maiden's prayers. You've decided to find a way to save everyone. But retracing the paths you've seen so far, there doesn't seem to be any room to avoid a bad ending. Is there really nothing you can do to keep them all from getting killed in the end? If there's nothing you can do by acting from within their story, maybe it's time to take things into your own hand. Huh? You are the hero, the maiden, an underling. They're all on fire. If I click on them, are they just gonna be on fire and dead? The hero is burning. Choose another role. The maiden is burning. the underling is burning. The overlord is burning. Who would have guessed? Alright. You... I can't believe I'm fucking self-inserting myself. Putting myself in the fanfic. Alright, let's go. I save everything. I kiss everyone on the lips. We have a sexy little orgy. This is like true canon ending. Yeah! I'm actually not a self-inserter. I was not much for original characters being inserted and shipping with canon characters. I prefer canon x canon, okay? You boldly insert yourself into the story and use your incredible power to warp everyone to safety. Oh my god, this is... You didn't know you could do that. But what's going on here? You take a moment to get a good look at yourself. You are... you. But why are you pitch black? You feel that this body doesn't accurately represent you, but you move past it. The hero, maiden, underling, and overlord have been staring at you too. They look like they don't really know what they're supposed to do right now. You guess that's because you're usually the one guiding them. What will you say to them? Hi guys. You smile awkwardly and introduce yourself. The maiden is the first to respond. My prayers have been answered. You must be... her god? No, you're merely the player. If there was any god here, they'd be the final boss. That's just how these role-playing games go. Now you realize what the real true ending must be. Now, enough of this. I admit I've been encouraging you all along, but a self-insert story? How passé. You watch helplessly as tragedy descends from the heavens. You didn't honestly believe you were the only one who could force your way onto this stage, did you? I am the narrator, storyteller, god of this world. Call me Tragedy if you'd like. Darkness envelopes your party. You don't mind if I send each of them back to relive one of their many bad endings, right? You are alone in the darkness with me, Tragedy. I sincerely hope you've been enjoying your time in my theater. Though I can't abide you stealing the show without permission. It's quite disrespectful.
I want to see something new.
Are you trying to say my bad endings have gone out of style? You have some nerve. You think defeating me might just be the only way to see a better ending. It's all that's left for you, isn't it? Well, this does sound like it could be entertaining. Show me what you've got. What is this, Rick and Morty? Time to fight God. What is this, Nier Automata? The stage is set for your final battle against me, the god of this world. What will you do? How will you fight against tragedy itself? I'd love to see it. I'm just gonna Alt F4. Just gonna close the game. I think I found a real true end here. Oh, I guess what if, I'll just save you. Are you gonna meta this and be like, you just saved, didn't you? Alright, attack. You try your best to tear me down, but you can't seem to do any damage. You don't truly exist in this world after all. Oh, is that all? You'll never defeat me like that.
Wait, let me try that again.
Defend. You tried closing off your heart to protect yourself, but it doesn't make you feel any better. Perhaps you don't understand just how outclassed you are here. Behold, my beautifully tragic tales. Doesn't seeing them all again make your heart ache? You've witnessed all 41 of my painstakingly crafted endings. You must be as much of a masochist as me! Aight, you're reading me, I get it. I commend your thoroughness. Surely these characters have a special place in your hearts. They're still suffering backstage, you know. It's a shame they couldn't make it here to the end of the world. That's right, you came here to save them. You can't do this alone. Summon. Yay, we can summon them! You find a hero in his home, hunched over his sewing table. Aw, he made his own outfit. Your sudden intrusion scares the hell out of the poor guy. Are you some kind of demon? You explain that no, you're not a demon. How can you explain this in a way the hero can understand? Instead, you ask what he's sewing. Oh, this? I craft all my own hero gear. You sense his pride in his hobby. You wonder if the costumes are what attracted him to the role of hero. Would you like some clothes? You don't seem to be wearing any. You remember to save your body and decide that, yes, some clothes from the hero will be nice. He is overjoyed by your answer. Apparently his outfits are too gaudy for the other townsfolk, so no one else wants them. The true end for the hero suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change his fate. I could make a living as a tailor rather than a hero? Please, tell me what I can do to reach that dream. The hero will now fight alongside you. Aww. I agreed to follow you, but I didn't expect to face something like this. The hero has arrived. We really couldn't have a final boss battle without him. You're the one who's been killing us. Murderer. I can't truly call myself a hero until I see you defeated. We'll see about that. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. The fire, huh? Willpower, justice. Alright, let's summon another homie. You happen to find a maiden as she exits the church, her heart set on meeting a demon. Perfect timing. She approaches you, having already taken notice of your odd form.
Excuse me, are you a traveler? I've never seen anyone like you before.
You explain that no, you're not a traveler. Well, maybe you are in a sense. You've come all this way. The maiden regards you with excited curiosity.
Then perhaps you might be a demon. I was hoping I would meet one today.
You think of all the terrible fates that hope would bring about. She is the catalyst of this story after all.
My role as a maiden is to be captured by the Overlord, but you see, I've grown so tired of waiting.
You remember this part. She wanted to understand her role better, and so you ask what it is that she's really hoping to gain from this. The maiden's confused by your question. Perhaps it was as simple as wanting to reach the place she felt like she belonged. I want to get a hot demon girlfriend! The true end for this maiden suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change her fate.
If there's something I can do to find fulfillment, then please, guide me.
The maiden will now fight alongside you.
What is this horrible creature?
You wound me, dear maiden. Is tragedy really such a terrible thing to behold? I remember now. I remember all the awful things you put us through.
Fading Space, what happened? You just sniped Neon Rabbit for no reason. Just took him out. Neon Rabbit sitting here like, what'd I do? It happens. Misclicks happen. It was a misinput.
Then this should be familiar to you as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Which one is it? This one? The scary one. If I click these, I'm gonna go ahead and summon. Anonymous, thank you so much for the gift sub to Neon Rabbit. We continue the trend that my mods unfairly snipe someone and no-scope them, and then Anonymous comes in and gives them a sub. Like, sorry, buddy.
Neon Rabbit, enjoy the emotes and being able to watch ad-free.
Enjoy your stay. Alright.
Summon.
You approach the gates of the Overlord's castle. The underling is on guard duty as you expected. They call out to you. The other demon guard is sound asleep.
Hey, you're a pretty weird-looking intruder. What do you want?
You explain that, no, you're not an intruder, although you're definitely intruding into their story right now. You tell the underling you've come to save them from tragedy.
Okay, try saving me from boredom first. I hate this job. The underling snickers. You ask what kind of job they'd rather have. It'd be best if I didn't have to work at all. I just want to live a carefree life and never get bossed around or picked on.
You think of the underlings' friends who had bullied them into an assassination plot only to betray them in the end. If they kept better company, maybe they wouldn't feel so restless. Aww. The true end for the underlings suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change their fate.
So there's a way that even work can be fun? Sounds fake, but I'll tag along with you just in case.
The underling will now fight alongside you.
Look at the little gremlin pose! I love them! Wait, what the fuck? You didn't say anything about a boss battle!
The underling? You must be desperate to call on such an unreliable ally.
Huh, if I beat this guy up, all my problems will be over.
Oh, but it won't be easy. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate.
Dun-dun-dun.
Alright, last summon. You enter the Overlord's room, relieved to see the fire contained to the torches on the wall. When you close the door behind you, the Overlord rises from his slumber. Who are you? Have you come to reside in my castle and serve me? You explain that no, you're not here to serve her. This is not my self-insert. What the fuck is this poser? Yes, I'm here to serve you, my queen! I'm on my knees, step on me! It's more like you've come to do her a favor. You ask why she spent all day sleeping instead of commanding her demon army. She laughs in response, that's depression, baby! Many of my underlings certainly think I should be more aggressive with the humans, like my father before me. His quest for revenge was endless and self-perpetuating. There's a reason I had to destroy him. Damn, she destroyed him herself. You can't help but think it's a little late in the game to be getting some new backstory, right? Like, shit! Damn, so your dad was a tyrant and you killed him yourself! Holy shit, let's go, Overlord! I have no interest in waging war on the humans. I merely wish to be left alone, to live a peaceful, indulgent life in my castle. You realize she must actually be very lonely, only surrounded by soldiers instead of friends.
Roy, how you been, homie? Thank you for the Roy raid. I'm holding onto my ass as we speak. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. You guys are actually coming in at the tail end of Bad End Theater right now, but I hope you enjoy and vibe with us. It's a wild, wacky ride, and it's really fun. I really enjoyed this game so far. David, so thank you so much for the gift sub. Thank you. Thank you for paying forward your gift sub and staying around. Welcome in, Roy. I hope you guys had a lovely stream. You're just chatting? What were you chatting about, Roy? David, so thank you so much for 5 gift subs. Thank you. I don't want to spoil the ending for you guys, since I really enjoyed this game. It's called Bad End Theater. It's a visual novel. You hunt down a lot of bad ends, and we're hunting down the good end at long last, which is, I don't want to spoil anything. So if you want to play this game yourself, I totally understand if you got a dip. But if you want to stay around and see the ending and just hang out with us afterwards, then feel free to do that as well. Hey, Cakeinator. Roy, I hope you had a lovely stream. If you need to get some rest, please do. It was cafe night. I do improv and sketch comedies with VTubers and guests. Roy, I would love to do that with you sometime. I love improv and sketch comedy. I'm afraid that I might not be very good at it, but the only way to get better is to try it, right? Fucking love improv. That's so base, Roy. That's awesome. Yeah, slide into my DMs too. Let's check it out. Alright guys, everyone good to go? Roy, if you need to get some rest, please do. And if you guys need to dip because you don't want to see the ending of the game, I totally get it. But I hope you'll come back and vibe with us sometime anyway. Alright guys, you guys ready to dive back into the ending? Everyone who doesn't want to get spoiled is aware of the consequences of going forward from here? Reiyu Mars basically just improv. Every stream is a little bit of improv. Aw, thanks, Roy. Alright. You realize she must actually be very lonely, only surrounded by soldiers instead of friends. No wonder she gets so attached to the maiden. The true end for the Overlord suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change her fate. My own attempts at peace have been rather imperfect. If you offer a solution, then very well. I will follow you. The Overlord will now fight alongside you.
I see. So, this is tragedy. Oh, she's protecting the maiden! Look at these girlfriends! Ah, you've brought the Overlord. I don't stand a chance now. You've prevented me from attaining peace for long enough. Prepare to die. I hope you're prepared to face your deaths as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Now that the whole party's here, can you solve my final puzzle? Which combination of behaviors will open the path to your true ending? Show me. I'm gonna do willpower. Your reign of terror ends here, Tragedy. I refuse to give in. You know what? I'm gonna. I didn't mean to save scum there, but I wanted to save before we do this, just in case. All right, let's do willpower first. The hero uses willpower to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. All right, then we'll do kindness. The maiden tries to appeal to tragedy with kindness. So naive. I'll balance your kindness with my cruelty. Aww. But hope will definitely be it for her. Our true endings do exist. They simply must. The maiden hopes with all her heart to overcome tragedy. The tragedy is reeling. Underlin, mischief, or tenacity? Is it gonna be somehow mischief? I want to see their reaction to mischief anyway. The underling tries to evade tragedy through mischievous means. You're so much fun. Would you like a reminder of where that mischief will lead you? It's definitely not right, huh?
Tenacity. Knock me down now, just come back stronger.
The underling uses their tenacity to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. Then we're gonna go with brutality or ambition. It's gotta be ambition. I'll reach my true ending with my own power. The Overlord uses her ambitious nature to overcome tragedy. This is it. With everyone's heart united, you take aim toward your best possible futures. You all unleash one final attack to destroy tragedy once and for all.
Dun dun dun!
You've done it! You've managed to defeat me! A tragic ending for tragedy itself. I love it. I must thank you all for fulfilling your roles perfectly. Thank you, Hero, starring Hero as himself. Thank you, Maiden. Thank you, Underling. Oh, I love the Underlings so much. I would kill for them. Thank you, Overlord. Enough of this nonsense. We defeated you, so die already. Don't worry, I'll be making my exit shortly. Finally, thank you most of all. We couldn't have made it here without you. Yes, my bad end theater did contain a truly good ending after all. I apologize for antagonizing you for so long. I wanted to deliver a satisfying story. Was I able to do it? I wonder. No. He's crying. I think he's crying. I think he's pissing and shitting himself. Well, I did my best. Happy endings shouldn't always come easily. Reality is not so kind. But you've earned this one. Here's your true ending. He took that like a champion. Oh, Hero got to the ending where he gets to be a tailor. Oh, look at him go. Let's go. Oh shit, let's go. Oh my gosh, the song. Oh, this sounds amazing. It's like Vocaloid-esque. The village. The elders finally making peace with the demons. I think it would really soothe things over if you just told him straight up. You remember my dad and how awful he was? I killed him. My own 2 hands fucking murdered him. They're in love. Look at the girlfriends. Oh. I can't believe it. I'm so happy to get to be in the tower together. Lesbians. Just 2 girls in love.
Bum 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 bum.
Song kind of cool though. Let me see, did I get all of the endings of the game? Oh, I actually am missing 3 endings of the game. What 3 endings am I missing here? Oh no, I'm worried I won't be able to do the bad ends because I saved over my endings. Whoops! I missed you, my darling. Uh-oh, maybe I saved over all the things that would allow me to get the bad end. Uh-oh. Exit the theater, something's missing. Oh, you're still here? The curtains have closed for the final time. I'm shutting down my theater. There are no more tragedies left for me to tell after all. As tragedy its story. Me? You like to know why I started this theater? Aww. Because I'm obsessed with bad endings, of course. Take off the mask. Reveal your true self. I will kiss you on the lips. You gently raise your fingers to the cracks in my mask. Piece by piece, it falls apart into your hands, revealing... I should have warned you. This might affect what you think of my stories. You can't help but compare my face to the maiden's. I'm not her, but it's not like she isn't me, necessarily. That's how it is with fiction. Would you like to hear... not another ending, but... the truth? Tell me. Alright. One last story. You may already know this, but... it doesn't have a happy ending. First, I'll set the stage. In this world, there are no such things as demons or even heroes, really. There was a girl eager to set out, to fulfill some kind of destiny. That part was true. She met someone. Another girl. Oh no. Heartbreak, huh? A running theme, isn't it? The maiden and the overlord. The two were inseparable, and for a time, everything was just wonderful. But their families, the communities they came from, neither could approve of their relationship. Damn it, why can't girls just love girls without judgment? Also boys who love boys, homies who love homies. That is the reality for many. This pair was no different. Despite their best efforts, the world was intent on pulling them apart. We used to like the type of stories where love conquers all, where the strength of your love will pull you through any hardship, and everything is okay in the end. I lost her, and then I started this theater. But this story does have a happy ending. Huh? I was girl all along! Let's go! My self-inserting is paying off! I was hoping to find you. It's you. It's been so long. I thought I'd never see you again. You always think of the worst endings. I was about to give up just because things got difficult. Why didn't you reveal yourself sooner? I feel like such a fool. I could say the same to you. You knew I could never resist giving your stories a happy ending. Oh, let's fucking go! So, of course, I would be drawn to a place like this. Yes, but I didn't think it would actually work. Sometimes everything does turn out okay in the end. Thank you for reminding me of that. I love you. I love you too. Aww, they're in love. Now, truly, everyone can live happily ever after. Tragedies end. There's nothing more to see, my love, but if you'd like to reset, if you really want to experience everything all over again, I'm happy to oblige. Shall we begin the resetting process? Let me see. Alright, I'm missing 2 achievements, and one of them appears to be resetting the game. The other, I'm not sure what it is. It says your bad end. My bad end? What am I supposed to do? Was I supposed to die during the final battle?
David, so thank you so much for tier and sub. Thank you.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, you can't load anymore. Shit, I can't load anymore. Let me go. I'm gonna do a little bit of a little looky
here to see what we need to do for me to get that second to last achievement. Other achievements.
Oh, I was supposed to die in that final battle. I was stupid and I didn't do it. And now I don't get to do it anymore. No! Ugh, fuck. I don't want to play through the whole game just to get that bad end. Alright, shall we begin resetting process? Alright, let's reset. To Pog to die. Oh, wait, no, I found it. It's the escape button. But it's only save. How to go from save to load. Damn, they took my load away from me. And load from the main menu, can we? I click this, exit the theater, I think that will close the game. Enter settings, music, load. No, there's no load. You lied to me. They took my load! This sucks! I don't want to play through the whole game just to get that. Oh, gotta close the game and open it again. Will that really work, White Blaze? I'll try it. Let's see. I just don't want to play through the whole game just to do something at the very end of the game. That's a pain, dude. That's a pain. Please work. Onegai. I don't know. Oh, that's not gonna work, is it? It's not gonna work, is it? This is the end. This is the end of the line for me. Fuck! Wow, they really took the load button away from me. Shall we begin a resetting process? Oops, I didn't mean to save a screenshot. I don't know what I pressed here. I'm pressing every button hoping one of them is going to be load somehow.
Self-voicing disabled.
No, I don't want your self-voicing mode. It's different for every game. So escape is save. F1, F2. What the hell is F2? It's not that, it's the fact that I'm going to be missing an achievement just because it happens at the very end. This blows! Alright, whatever. There are two options. Keep some of your progress and reset to before you start the true ending. Or you can erase all of your progress and replay the game as if it's your very first time. You have to collect everything all over again. You can't take this back, so choose carefully. Okay, back to before the true end. Did I press the wrong one? Oh, thank God. Okay, thank God. Alright, we're good to go. We're good to go. Alright. Let's go ahead and get that last ending, and then we'll do a true reset, and that's 100% completion of that end theater. Oops. You're a maiden. You live in you're told you're in a church. Oh. I see. I need to change the stats here. Alright, okay, so you need to be disloyal, hungry, tyrant, antisocial, polite, obedient, dutiful, no, don't be. Diplomatic, merciful, and then we're good to go. Let's obey her. No, what happened? Oh, I see. Reset the stage. Fuck! What a pain. Alright, introduce myself. Let's obey her. What? Oh, I just want to get this last ending, you guys. Is that it? It can't end like this. And then we can skip all this. We'll click through everyone. I've come to save you. You explained to the group that you've witnessed their many terrible intertwining fates, and now you're searching for a good ending. Of course, this makes no sense to any of them. Only the maiden understands your compassion. My prayers have been answered. Alright.
I'm sick of all these bad endings.
Then frankly, you should never have come to a place called Bad End Theater. Haven't we already been through this? You think defeating me might be the only way to see a better ending. Time to fight God.
Alright, so we're gonna summon homie 1. Summon homie 2. Summon homie 3. Summon homie 4. Make a save file here for fun. I mean, I already kind of have a save here. But it'll be fine. And then we're gonna do the wrong ones over and over again, right? So let's check out all the flavor text that we missed here. So, for Hero, the wrong thing is justice. The hero tries using his belief in justice to fight tragedy. That justice applies to you too, does it not? Well, you pay for your own misdeeds. Bam.
All the times that he was a little bitch boy.
The maiden tries to use kindness, it doesn't work. Underland mischief is wrong. Let's use brutality as the overlord.
Oh, has violence really been working out for you so far? I'll show you my own brutality. Aww. Dude, the art of this game is outstanding too.
Alright, just lose all my HP.
Your HP has run out. You are overcome by tragedy. If you wish to challenge me again, collect more bad endings. You'll be able to reach this path again through the Maiden's true end. I'll be waiting.
What? Your bad end. There we go, you get an achievement for it.
And now, let's do the true reset. Total reset. Your progress has been completely reset. Does this count as a bad ending? Well, just in case. Total reset end.
Ta-da-da-da! We've done it. We beat the game in 2 hours. That wasn't bad at all. I actually thought the game was like a 6-hour long game.
Alright. That was really incredible. I enjoyed that a lot. I really love games that are super meta with like bad ends and choices that matter. It's something that you can pretty much only get with like indie games, but I've heard that like Deathloop kind of plays around with it, but we didn't make it very far in Deathloop, you know?
Put on my kimono back on, then we go to the room.
Yeah, I really love games that are gay. Cat is based and correct. I also really love that they're just in love. Oh, I need more games that fuck around with timelines and have really cool characters. We already got the good end win. I don't know if you missed it, but we saw everything. The epilogue, it was great. That was awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming to experience this game with me. I had a blast playing with you guys. That was so sweet. Oh, I love them so much. Bravely Default is a series you can get into. I loved Bravely Default 1, but I never beat it. I just remember playing it and falling in love with Ring a Bell. Maybe I will get back into Bravely Default sometime. I think they re-released it on Switch, so I don't have to play it on my 3DS anymore. The gay ending is the good ending. 7 Essences is right. That was a great game. I loved it so much. You guys said that the creator creates more Yuri games. Have they made anything else that I might have heard of or played? I don't think I've ever heard of Nom Nom Nami before. Also, it looks like the only game they have published on, what's it called? On Steam is Bad End Theater, so their other games might be, like, not published on Steam. It was amazing. I love that so much. Nami has my whole heart. Is Yuri a tag on Steam? It is. It is. There's like there's a curator on Steam, and curators on Steam are homies who have a group you can join and they recommend games. My favorite is like Hella Yuri. They're really good at recommending good Yuri, woman-loving woman games. They're pretty informational about it, and they just let you know. They're like, this game has a very core woman-loving woman relationship, which makes me really look forward to the game more when you see that, right? If I've never beat Bravely Default, you're really missing out. I will think about going back. I just remember that like I love the RPG mechanics of Bravely Default, but I never had beat it before. I just like got too busy eventually and never got to see the ending, or maybe I never got to see core plot progression. I think I got to a point in Bravely Default where you had to backtrack a lot, and it turned me off a lot. Hey, Figaro. I was, in my defense, even more so, I was a kid when I played Bravely Default, and the idea of backtracking would have, I just didn't want to do it. The endings are incredible. There's multiple endings to Bravely Default. Oh, that makes me so curious. I wonder what they would be. I don't even remember enough to be able to say. Shut up, Spitfire Gunner. Alright, guys. I am really happy to be back. Internet seems to be going smoothly. I have not slept very well these last few days, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and like go to bed, lay down, rest up some more. But now that I'm back, I'll be able to chat in Discord. So make sure to come join in Discord so that I can chat with you guys. Make sure to come to the YouTube where you can see amazing highlights and just highlights made by my lovely editors. They really go all out and they're really funny. So please come check out the YouTube and please come to Twitter so you can see all my shit posts. Sometimes we'll take a joke from Twitter and run it all the way to stream. So if you want to see the origin of some of the weird shit we talk about, it was probably on Twitter. What else? I have merch. Please come check out the merch. It looks amazing. If you want to have a little Reiyu hugging your body or shirt or a hat or the sweatpants are honestly like my favorite one from it. Cause like, I love the shirt, don't get me wrong, but the sweatpant is just like another layer of style, you know? And lastly, I am sponsored with Gamer Supps. I drink Gamer Supps myself. In fact, you heard me chugging from it throughout the stream. My favorite flavor is the black cherry flavor, and if you're trying to quit soda, please consider getting yourself some Gamer Supps. You can use my code PEGAHOMIE for 10% off. Use the code, please. I would be very honored. Do it for anything. They also released some pretty nice waifu cups, which is just like sexy waifu designs that they have. It's kind of a cool cup because like they like take out some of the hair and use a negative space so that your liquid colors them. It's kind of cool, right? Alright, so I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow at 7 p.m. PT as well, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Anything else notable happening this week? Oh yeah, so this Sunday we're gonna be doing Lewd Club, so come join a Patreon as well if you're interested in funny lewd content. Lewd Club is basically just a place where I get to do extra lewd things with you guys. This isn't, I don't want you guys going in expecting it to be something super insane, but it's lewd. We get to talk about lewd things. I get to have lewd visuals that I'm not allowed to do on Twitch. I get to play lewd games, and this Sunday I'll be playing something lewd. I don't know what yet, but I'll figure it out. It'll probably be Kurun Kishiko 2. We played Kurun Kishiko... I'm fucking up this name, probably. We played the first of it a long time ago. It's a platformer with the gays. With the lesbians who make out. It was great. Oh yeah, and also we've upgraded with Lewd Club, so I can actually reasonably do Lewd Club for a longer amount of time now, for like 3 hours, up to like 6 hours, or 4 hours, I think. Sorry, I might be getting these times wrong. But yeah, if you have a guide to raid, now's the time to use it. If not, I'll go find us a homie to raid. Stick around for the raid, because you get channel points, but you also just get to meet an entirely new homie. And just make their day. Or you get to see, like, you just get to see a homie, and you get to, like, vibe with them, and chill with them, and make them laugh. Alright. Let's see... Who shall I send you guys to? Alright, let's raid Captivate TV. They're an incredible homie, great, fantastic art, and they are drawing Iron Mouse right now. Send you guys directly to them, okay? Let's grab the homie raid message, start spamming it, go crazy with it, spam it like hella, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. PT. It was so great vibing with you guys. I'm really happy to be back. Hopefully nothing bad happens with the internet, but I obviously can do nothing to ascertain it, but hopefully, right? Hopefully nothing bad, right guys? Fingers crossed with me. Alright, counting you guys down. See you guys tomorrow, alright? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Spam the raid message. Go ham. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ghost night, my ghostlings. See you guys.